When knowledge became power, the value of information. The invisible currency. Every second, information moves the world. Markets rise and fall. Wars are won and avoided. Decisions are made before we even notice them. Yet information has no weight, no shape, no physical form. How did something intangible become one of the most powerful forces in human history? Part 1. Before information had value. For most of human existence, information was local and fragile. Knowledge lived in memory, tradition, and oral storytelling. This value lay in survival, knowing where to hunt, when to plant, how to heal. Information was useful but not abstract. It was not measured, traded, or stored systematically. It was experience, not data. Part 2. Writing and the first information revolution. The invention of writing transformed information forever. Symbols allowed knowledge to outlive individuals. Information became separable from the human mind. Empires were built on record-keeping, taxes, laws, logistics, communication. Information became a tool of coordination and control. Its value increased because it could now be accumulated. Part 3. Information and power. As societies grew, those who controlled information gained advantage. Maps enabled exploration. Ledgers enabled commerce. Archives enabled governance. Information reduced uncertainty. In a world governed by limited resources, reducing uncertainty meant increasing power. Yet information was still secondary, valuable only as a means to an end. That would change. Part 4. The scientific turn. The scientific revolution reframed information as something fundamental. Observation, measurement, and recording became central to understanding reality. Data was no longer just descriptive, it was explanatory. Patterns hidden in information revealed laws of nature. Knowledge stopped being inherited. It became discovered. Part 5. Information as a measurable entity. In the 20th century, a radical idea emerged. Information itself could be quantified. In 1948, Claude Shannon introduced information theory. He showed that information could be measured independently of meaning. Bits replaced words. Noise became calculable. Communication became mathematical. Information was no longer abstract, it was a physical quantity. Part 6. Information and the physical world. Physics soon followed. Black holes, thermodynamics, and quantum mechanics revealed something startling. Information cannot be destroyed. It may change form, but it persists. This suggested a deep connection between information and reality itself. Some physicists began to describe the universe as an information processing system. Matter became secondary. Information became fundamental. Part 7. The digital age. With computers, information became actionable at unprecedented scale. Data could be copied instantly, transmitted globally, analyzed automatically. Information stopped being scarce. Attention became scarce instead. Those who controlled information flows gained enormous influence. Economies shifted from manufacturing goods to managing data. Information became capital. Part 8. Information and human behavior. Information now shapes opinions, decisions, identities. Algorithms predict behavior. Data influences perception. Information does not just describe reality, it modifies it. This power raises questions. Who controls information? Who benefits from its flow? Who is shaped by it without awareness? Value now lies not only in possession, but in interpretation. Part 9. What remains uncertain? Despite its importance, information remains conceptually unresolved. Is information physical or abstract? Is meaning fundamental or emergent? Does consciousness arise from information, or vice versa? We can measure information, we can transmit it, but we do not fully understand why it has such power. The new foundation. Once, land defined power. Then machines. Now information. Invisible, weightless, and persistent. Understanding information is no longer optional. It is essential. If this documentary deepened your perspective on the forces shaping the modern world, consider liking the video and subscribing to Interesting MindHub for future explorations. Because the future will not be built by matter alone, but by what we know, share, and understand.